carry you in front of his mom's house crying. He asking you why you being weird. Why you being weird to me? You said you wanted to get married. When I say that, when you had to lay up, and you was telling me shit.
Not the foot.
I can't do it.
Sweetie.
Shout out to her. She's rocking a short ball cut. Yeah.
I like it on her because she's pretty though.
Sweetie's pretty. She just can't rap, but we've already been there.
We've
that.
Yeah, last episode.
Trying to get my chair right, y'all. But we back, y'all.
I guess we need to look here.
2020.
Do we need to look here?
Yeah, because the camera's up here. Y'all, we still
getting used to this.
Setting this up. As y'all see, we have our new setup again. So shout out to all. I looked at the views, and I ain't ashamed to say all 34 of y'all who watched the last.
Oh, I'm surprised.
YouTube. Yeah, I mean that's 2 weeks. I think for us to just have thrown it up there and we ain't really pubbing it like that. I ain't gonna lie, because we being lazy. I think that's okay. So shout out to all 34.
We're not being lazy. We're figuring out a strategy.
Yeah. We rebranding
a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But we here.
It's a new year, a new us.
So shout out to all 34 of y'all who subscribed and liked the video and looked at the video and cared to listen to our
We got 34 subscribers?
I don't know about that. I was lying.
Oh.
I was about 34 subscribers. But you watched the video, so you a subscriber in my head.
Speaking it into existence.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, how was your New Year's? You know, after the holidays. Because look, I got an ice box where my heart. He was running rampant, baby. You want to know how rampant? He got me. Okay.
Wow.
I was in the house. I had obtuse, Oreo, Omicron, whatever you want to call it.
Omicron.
He got me. And first of all, pause.
How you got it?
Let me speak directly to that. But yeah, that's why I'm looking directly. I know exactly how I got it. I'm gonna look directly in this camera, and I hope your ass see me. I went to a little Christmas sweater party, a good Christmas sweater party. A friend of mine had invited me. Shout out to you, Gabe. Friend of mine invited me. I had went, because I don't go nowhere. You know me. I don't like being out here.
You don't go nowhere.
I don't like being out here.
Now that's one thing I can actually say that you really don't go anywhere. You be at home.
Because folks don't know how to act. And if y'all know me, I don't know how to act. So to protect everybody, I just stay at home. But I went to the little Christmas party. Come to find out 2 days later, I get a text that you might want to go get tested. I'm like, tested for what? How about a joker brought his ass to the party knowing he was sick? So let me talk to you.
Lord.
Let me talk to you, sir.
Look in the camera.
My nigga, because you was a dude and you was black. What the hell wrong with you?
So you know who it is?
I don't know him, but like if I saw him,
you know his face.
You got a fade coming to you, bro. If I see you ever again, and you in pharmacy school, I better never catch you at my CVS. I'm reporting you.
You know how you be going through your Rolodex.
Look, I'm gonna be looking at him in the drive-thru like I know you from somewhere, and then I'm gonna hit the corner and be like, "You the nigga that gave me COVID."
Wow.
2021.
When did they let you know after the fact?
I found out the day before I tested positive because like I had went to the Christmas party that Friday. That Sunday, my throat was kind of itchy, but nothing like that I felt worried about because I had just went outside the day before in the rain. It was cold. So I was like, oh, maybe this from yesterday. And then that Monday, that's when my friend said, hey, you might want to go get tested because somebody at the party had COVID. Then he said he was positive later on that day. So then I went and got tested that Tuesday, and then I found out I was positive. And so, and then I quarantined for 10 days. Speaking of that, y'all better quarantine for 10 days. Do not listen to the Can't Care, Could Care Less Club. The CDC could give a damn club.
Because now they're saying that some of the tests aren't 100% accurate. So
because every person swab your nose different. Some people go to your brain. Some people barely even put the thing in there.
Because even when we were in Mexico, when they swabbed us, it was not as intense as like what we do when we're at home. It wasn't. Now it was negative, and I was just trying to get home. Because if I had to quarantine there,
if we would have been stuck in Mexico.
I would have been so scared. Oh my God.
If we would have been stuck in Mexico, not to lie, I was happy that we were there and I enjoyed the trip. Yeah. But I was ready to go home by the end of the trip. Not because there was anything wrong, but you know how you just be ready to go home? I'm a 4-day max, 5-day max type of person for vacations. right now.
It depends on
Right now.
mm,
But I ain't saying
it
like,
depends
no,
on
when I
where
go to
I'm
Africa,
at.
I want to be over there for like 2 months.
It depends on where I'm at, because I've seen some other like Tulum vlogs, but they stayed on like a lot of the resorts.
Okay.
So like their experience was kind of different than this because they was on a resort.
Yeah.
So if we had been there, like I probably been straight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
nah, I was about ready to go.
Our Airbnb was too hard to get to every single goddamn time for us to
Man.
be. And then every time the price went up on the taxi, I
Sure
was just
did.
like, God, it's gonna be $100 to go 5 miles in a minute. Like it was no joke.
Child.
But yeah, other than that, my holidays was great.
Good. Well, mine were good. They were super chill. I pretty much just hung out with my family and my boyfriend. His family was dealing with COVID, so like he really
it hit everybody.
He really didn't hang out with them a whole lot. So he and I hung out, but you know, I mean, it was pretty chill. I ate. That's all I be really wanting to do. My mama cooked. I ate. I drank. I slept in.
That's what I did all 2 days.
I caught up on a lot of like cleaning up I need to do at home, washing clothes, giving stuff away. So you know what I'm saying? I really complain. We blessed.
Yeah, we made it to 2022, so that's all I cared about.
And I've made it through the whole pandemic so far. And I haven't had nothing yet.
I wouldn't even say that if I was you. I wouldn't even say it.
And I'll say it again. I haven't had it at all. Okay.
Omicron gonna be like
no, but I don't know, but I'm just saying I'm blessed. So you know what I'm saying, I feel good.
I can tell y'all what to go do, but I will strongly suggest if y'all have not gone to get vaccinated to just consider, you know, do your researches, your Googles. But I think that as a person who's had it twice, and really honest to God, I thank God that I did not have really, you know, any symptoms really, or you know, any
because it's some people out here that's really like
it's kids, you know, that's getting it, that's really going through it because they can't even get the vaccine. So I just say, you know, I get it, you know, the government and you know, you don't trust things and all that. And I understand, so I ain't gonna never tell you what you should do with your body, but all I say is to strongly, you know, to research and, you know, consider it because y'all, this thing ain't no joke and it ain't going away, you know.
Or at least if you're not gonna get it, like wear your mask. What that man said, wear your mask.
I just
like wear your mask and stay home for something.
If there was
that's how I
state
feel.
that just did not give a fuck, I feel like Alabama would be.
It's all the
if
South.
If not the top 3, like
it's all the South.
Even now, like with us being in one of the top states with like Omicron spreading so fast, like y'all still ain't wearing y'all masks. Y'all still ain't washing y'all hands. Y'all still coughing and scratching your booties and touching everything. Y'all like so nasty.
I mean, I feel like at this point, people almost, and this sounds sad because it's not something you can get tired of because it's something that's going on. But like, it's like people tired of it. Like you remember last year, the flu was almost like non-existent because people were taking so many precautionary like measures and wearing their masks and taking medicine and taking vitamins and like whatever. Now people don't know if they got the flu because the flu running wild and COVID and it's different variants of COVID.
Flurona.
Like it's too much. So I feel like people just like they ready to get past Corona, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I feel like you should wear your mask, wash your hands, use your hand sanitizer, and if we all come together and follow whatever protocols now, the sooner we can try to like figure out how we, you know, how Corona becomes the next just the flu or the common cold, how we can just move past the pandemic of it all. Because Corona's gonna be here for forever.
It's gonna be here for a while.
But I want to move past the pandemic of it all.
And then with so many different regions and like it mixing with different diseases and you know it's traveling's going on, so people are bringing things back here, and then it's morphing into another thing and another thing. It's gonna be here for a while. Like we gotta like deal with it. But did you make any New Year's resolutions or
I didn't?
Is there anything you want to do different in 2022?
So there's things I want to do different just because I know I've been saying this a lot, but I turned 25 this year, y'all. I'm excited about that, like, because it's my golden birthday. I'll be 25 on the 25th
That's
of
good.
February. Y'all gonna hear me say that probably for the next whatever many episodes leading up to my birthday. So
Yeah.
get over it. But yeah,
Get past it.
I'm excited. I feel like 25 is a very pivotal year. It's a very pivotal number when I looked up, because I believe in, angel numbers and just numbers having meaning.
Absolutely.
When I looked up 25, it meant like, the year of your growth, the year of you, really starting to be who you are. So I think that this year for me, like, I think last year being like it was hard for me. I know it's hard for everybody, but it was really, really hard for me. I went through a lot of changes and just trying to figure out really what the hell I wanted to do in my life for
Growth.
the next, the next, few years or even in the long run. So I feel like 2021 was the year of like just planning and staying to myself and kind of just being in this bubble of just trying to figure it out. And I feel like 2022, now we're here, is the year of, okay, I was in the bubble. Now it's time to come out the bubble, and everything that I said I needed to do, it's time to do it. So
pregnant with purpose.
Yeah.
And now you're about to birth it.
Yeah. The baby, the baby is about to be born, or it is born, and now I got to breastfeed. Yeah, now it's time to take responsibility for my actions.
That's my co-host.
What about you?
I mean, I always make New Year's resolutions. I hate to be like the cliche person, but I kind of always make resolutions and I say the same things. I want to be healthier. I want to save money. I want to do blah blah blah. This year, I feel like I just want to be more focused, and like I just want to like quiet the noise a little bit and like not get distracted by other shit. And when I say other shit, it's just like me, because a lot of it is just it's internal.
Yeah.
But like
we're our own worst critics.
Yeah, like self-doubt and like not putting things off, not procrastinating, and not putting myself down, or like it's a lot of things I feel like I could have been did. Even with our podcast, like it's a lot of stuff we could have been did, but we just haven't done it. And so I'm just ready at this point to like jump. You know how like Steve Harvey and all those people always be like, jump. You can jump for your purpose. Do you want it more?
What the girl said in that video, stand up.
Yeah.
Stand your ass up.
Like that's where I'm at in my life right now. I'm just tired of like being unsatisfied, and I just want to be like, I want to change it. Like I really feel like this is my year for change. So if I know people always give themselves a word or like a I don't know, like a vibe for the year. My vibe is focused.
Yeah,
I just want to be focused. I want to be productive. I want to make the most of my days. That's why like we both went to work today, and we still here recording, and it's 7 o'clock.
I went to the hospital this morning. I thought, let me pause. Let me tell you something. When I get through them pearly gates, it's about the 5th time I said this, but because I mean it, I'm running Eva fade because I don't know who told her to sashay over to the
did
apple
she
tree.
Sashay?
I feel like she did. I feel like
because the fruit look good.
She knew she wasn't supposed to be over there.
You know, like when
and
women
when being sneaky,
when women hungry and the food look good, you kind of dance. So she probably did.
I don't. I just don't know.
I get that.
I don't understand because God told her specifically.
But you know, we don't do what God tells us to do down here.
I mean, we don't.
Put your head down.
But see, I feel as if I was Eve and I was in them times and it wasn't no more of me and I was one of one, I would have listened. You know, so I don't know what possessed her to go over and take the bite. And then she tried. I'm sick because this morning I had to call my mom at 5 o'clock this morning because I thought it was the end for me. I have never experienced cramps so bad in my life, y'all. Like I really thought I was gonna die. Like I could not stand up straight.
I ain't had them that bad in a long time.
I've never had that before.
In a long time.
I just
Wow.
Eve, I don't know if you
and see how in spite of we're still here at work. And this our job too, because now we need to take this serious like our job too, so we can get our page monetized. So if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell at the top of the screen so you get notified when we upload. Boom.
Also, if you want to sponsor an episode,
please.
We're We do ads and whatnot. We went to school for this. So
period.
Just hit us up at
it's a degree.
blackbougieaboutit@gmail.com.
It's 2 degrees
All
over here.
Inquiries.
Mm-hmm. Email should be down in the description box. All right, so let's get into the topic.
Ooh, y'all. I feel like, so this new year ain't as crazy as last year's New Year because we are coming up.
What was going on last year?
The 1 year anniversary where white people lost their motherfucking
Oh,
minds.
sure did.
January 6th.
I ain't gonna lie, white people lose their minds so much. I forget.
But
sometimes.
that one was record breaking.
It's just new record breaking.
It was only record breaking because once again, white people have shown the world that they can do whatever the
fuck they want. That's why it's not surprising.
They can literally break into one of the most secure buildings in the United States
of
America and walk around with nooses saying, "Hang Mike Pence, shoot Nancy Pelosi," all these other crazy ass things. And guess what? Only one woman died, and it wasn't intentional. No offense to her family. I know, rest in peace, all those things, but only one woman died. And it wasn't like they were trying to kill her. But let it have been a gang of niggas massacre. But I digress.
Yeah, I don't see my face.
This year is a lot calmer, but still full of drama. So let's get into it. So I don't know if y'all have heard of this podcast. Honest to God, for them to have 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, I've never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them before, but I don't watch the show. I want to say that I only watched one episode of theirs because it was somebody else that I watch on YouTube that was talking about one of their like controversial, which apparently they have a lot of.
Yeah, apparently that's their thing.
Talking about one of their episodes or something that they said, and so I went to watch the episode to see what they said, and I never watched it again.
Yeah, it's never even come across my algorithm, and I thought I knew about all the podcasts, but I'm not surprised why I didn't because it's some fucking tomfoolery.
If you don't know, we're talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing fresh or fit about the podcast. But here we are.
Dumbfounded.
If you haven't, if you've been living under a rock, by the time this comes out, it probably would have happened like this past week on Monday. But they had an episode with Asian Doll, and she was on their show, and it got a little rowdy.
The tables were shook, and there were some other young ladies on the show as well, but they weren't like celebrities. They were dancers, and when I say dancer, I mean strippers,
like media personalities or something.
Dancers, and I think a couple of them might have been nurses. They had regular jobs. I think one of the girls said she worked for a Fortune 500.
Yeah, I did see that.
So they were but they were random women. Not like women of.
They weren't artists,
known.
also. Yeah. But their podcast, I guess, is supposed to be a male take on the dating world.
Okay.
And like a male take on. It's kind of like giving men advice and hearing from women, but giving men advice on dating. That's kind of what I've gotten from it. And then their thing is that they don't hold their tongue. It's no holds barred. They say what's on their mind, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they don't give people the ability or the platform to do
talk.
So.
So when Asian Doll was on the show, they did bring up the fact that she was 2 hours late. Okay, sure.
And we can address that. We can address that because I do want to say, and once we dive deep into this, I'll, play devil's advocate for almost everybody besides one person involved.
So she showed up late. She came to the show though, and they were getting upset because when I guess they were having kind of like side conversations, and so the guy, what's his name?
Myron.
Okay, he was telling them to be quiet, basically, and I feel like it's more of the way he was doing it.
Exactly.
That's my problem with him. But she was having side conversation. But honestly, even if y'all have listened to our show before, when we have guests on, sometimes the conversation just gets heated, when you're having a group discussion. So it's not necessarily like somebody's trying to disrespect you. It's just like people are passionate about their point.
Exactly.
And you just get to talking. It's not even a disrespect thing. It's just like, you and your girl, to the side of you was just talking, and that's what she was doing. And so she made what seemed like to me was a joke, Cause it did seem like
Exactly.
she really like was coming for him
Thank
like
you.
that.
She was
like,
low-key while
she was
said
like,
it.
you mean as fuck.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even say it mean.
Mhm.
And them, because if you don't watch that show and if you haven't seen the headlines, they take issue. It seems like with a lot of dark skinned girls. Because I
Black women in
noticed
general.
too, they don't talk real hard to them light skinned Hispanic
Or them
or
white
them
women.
white girls that be on the show. They, hey guys, can you just come down? Oh, hey guys, hey, I told you before, can you be quiet? Which one, he sound like a damn teacher. I wouldn't want to come on that show anyway.
He talked. That's my whole thing with this whole situation.
Yeah.
Like, first, I want to preference. We have a show. We've been on shows. We've
Mhm.
been guests on shows. No, we don't have no million subscribers, but we've
Yeah.
done collaborations. And we've been in a room where it's 8 people and it's 3 mics. So like we understand how the side conversations can get overbearing,
Yeah.
fuck with the audio and all that. But it's a way to tell people, hey, y'all, like calm down without being rude, without being aggressive,
Yeah.
without talking down to them. And the issue with Myron for me was that he was talking to them, to those young ladies, like they were like his kids. Like he was reprimanding them or something. And that's so totally unnecessary. Like to me, it was totally unprofessional for it to be your show and you talking to somebody like that, a guest that you brought on like that.
And I didn't like the fact that after all this came out, because she posted it or the clip went viral, and she said that she was defending another black woman, and all this stuff or whatever. But what I didn't like was he tried to say, "Oh, I didn't even know who she was." The Myron dude said that. I didn't even know who she was for real. The other guy, he brings the guests on, and I just do the interviewing. Well, still, if you didn't know who she was, you wouldn't have even been able to interview her. So like, it's just funny, like, cause don't nobody know who they are. I don't. Besides this podcast, I don't know a damn thing that they've done besides be.
And again, for them to have 500,000 subscribers
and they hair
on YouTube,
coming out,
and I've never ever seen y'all come across my algorithm ever. And I mean, I listen to I Am Athlete. I know Joe Budden's podcast. I know See the Thing Is with Bridget Kelly. I know Horrible Decisions. I know Poor Minds. I know 85 South Show. I know all these other shows, but I ain't never in my life heard Fresh nor Fit. Just saying, like, and they ain't heard of us, but we not claiming that y'all heard of us. We're not claiming to be nothing.
But we're not on our show like, yeah, we have 100 subscribers now.
Yeah, it's just that whole
I don't like that.
Was disrespectful.
It's arrogant, honestly. And I don't know if this a read, and I don't want this to come off as bad, but sometimes, because he's from Sudan, and sometimes like the people who like foreigners or whatever, they have that air to them like that about black people.
But I don't think he's from Sudan. I think he's just Sudanese. Like his parents are immigrants from that country.
But I don't, because he said something on that other episode, like where he brought the girl back on, and he was saying something about when he goes back over there, or something like that. So I'm wondering if his parents still live over there or if they just frequent or something. But they still have the same mindset, because I feel like over there they look at black people different than, you know what I'm saying? Like other cultures look at black people different,
and they feel as if they should control every situation. They need to be, and like he kept saying, this our show. This our show. You can't come on here. He like, and even in the second episode, he's like, we did you. He was almost saying like, we did you a favor. Like we invited you on our show.
He did.
We let your manager be on our show. First of all, the manager didn't have to be on the show because y'all didn't book the manager. So when the manager asked you, could I sit down and talk? You could have said, nah, bro, we waiting on Asian doll who's 2 hours late. And then it would have been.
Yeah, like they could have been getting him to call her to come.
Like you allowed, like for him to be one of them people who was preaching at that girl for accountability. He took no accountability as the professional, as the owner of the business, as the podcast host, or nothing.
What struck me also was, okay, if you go on their page, they have another episode where they bring on the girl who was talking when Asian doll.
That's her name, Vixen.
Okay, well, so when they had that whole sidebar or whatever, they brought her on to explain her side of the story. But it's like, when somebody bring you, I don't know, when you're arguing with somebody and they already think you're wrong, so they're just looking at you like, so like, tell me, like, like, tell me what you think, tell me. They basically brought her on there to jump her.
They brought her on there to embarrass her.
And then that little white girl or whatever she was, that
she was
Hispanic
black.
girl,
I think she was black.
she's mixed or something. She get up in arms like,
you need to shut the
like
fuck
it's
up.
her show.
Shut the fuck up and listen to him. Shout out to Vixen for not jumping across the table.
I don't know who. She seemed really nervous though too, and I think that's why she was.
They ganged up
Yeah.
on her. Even that other guy who was off to the side, he was like, "When I was with you, you was crying. Yes, you was. You was crying."
Well, he wasn't saying it that hard, but it's like he was trying to
aggressive.
prove his point. Like, when I was with you and you was crying, didn't you say blah blah blah? And she was like, "You was just in the room when I was getting my shoes and we was leaving." That's how I know she went live.
It was just all aggressive.
She gave a lot of details, but yeah, they just weird. And honestly, whenever she said something, or whenever anybody else said something on the show, the guy Myron, he was like removed. It's like if we had somebody on the show and you asked them a question, I didn't agree with it, then he looking off.
Yeah, and like, or get up and walk away.
He get off and walk away. He just struck me as a punk ass bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, like
for real. And them the kind of niggas that go on their show and say they don't date black women. And I'm just gonna be real. Like, they tried to say on there, "Oh, I said I don't like black women." Their excuse, because that's what it sounded like to me. It doesn't sound like a preference, but their excuse was when women say they like a man that's tall or has money or has, whatever, blue eyes or whatever, that nobody, specifically men, nobody says to women, "Oh, that's a problem."
Race can't be a preference.
That's a lie, because Kevin Samuels exists and he read women all the time for what women want. But
I
feel like
people saying race is a preference, because I feel like it's like it's when you start talking about you don't date your own folks, it sounds like some self-hatred ass
self-loathing.
Bullshit. You hate yourself.
Yeah.
I don't care. You sit up here and you be like, "I got a black mama, I got a black sister," and da 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 da. But if you sit up here and you tell me, because it's one thing to say, "You know what, I like all women." Leave it at that. But when you specifically be like, "I ain't dating no black women. I ain't gonna date no black women."
Then they went so far as to say, like, on the little clip that went viral, they said, "We don't do night riding," and calling the women darkies and stuff, when that's how they look.
But look at the caliber of women that's on this show. That also speaks to the caliber of men.
When none of them put together at all.
No disrespect to the women.
No disrespect, because I'm not trying to go in on them.
I'm talking about their mental. I'm talking about the way you look at life, your outlook on life.
It was giving very much.
The bitches was dumb, and I'm sorry, but it was dumb. And the black ones, the white ones, the Puerto Rican, the Asians, whoever,
and
I feel like
was the only girl on there who really tried to hold them to the fire was the girl who was the rapper, the light skinned girl. I can't remember her name.
Oh, you talking about the one with the glasses who had been in the relationship 5 years?
Yeah. She was the only one who was really like trying to say, "Hey, like, don't try to get away from the fact that you know why people going in on you." Because I hate when sometimes people make points like that and they be around a lot of white people and they be like, "Oh, but who you date doesn't matter. Who you date doesn't have anything to do with your political." Yes, it does. Who you date, who you love, who you marry, and who you have kids with is political. It is. That's why white people was going through what they was going through during the loving case, and they didn't want people to like get married and outside their race. Like, who you marry, who you spend your life with.
All of it. It's all connected. All this shit connected.
It is. So that's beautiful, I guess, that people think like it's all roses and daisies and we can be with who we want to, but that's not true.
They know it's not. They know it's not.
They get on my nerves.
I don't want to preface. I personally don't give a fuck who you date and how you date them, but I have a severe problem when it's people from our own community who sit up here and almost speak in disgust in relation to black women, and even more specifically darker skinned black women. I'm so tired of it. And then they sit up here and say it's a preference, but y'all women say y'all want somebody tall, y'all want somebody with a big dick. Okay, them ain't all the same. That's not the same. They literally are not the same. It's just like y'all telling people they can't, like when they say, "Oh, I don't see color." You gotta see fucking color. Like, these are all you cannot remove race from the top.
The situation.
Like, I'm so tired of people trying to say remove race.
I was trying to, in my mind, like, just to play devil's advocate. They live in Miami, and sometimes in places like that where there's so many different cultures, and they it's a lot of interracial couples out there. And so maybe there is a mindset there. Just like when that white girl who said she was like Jewish and Hispanic or whatever, she was on the show saying nigga, which good. Anyway, she was on the show saying
we
nigga.
can talk about that when we start talking about Tami.
She was on the show saying nigga, and basically to her out there, everybody says nigga. But that's her lived experience. But what was ignorant was she can understand why other people on the internet were mad at her for saying it. And it's like,
if you look white, don't say the word nigga in public.
Yeah, because of that. Like
that's
you can't, even though that's,
I can tell you.
Yeah, like so even though that's your lived experience, like that's not what the world is seeing. You know what I'm saying? So when you say stuff like that, it's just, I don't know, they just dumb as hell. I saw this TikTok earlier this week where this woman was talking about black men saying how they don't like to date black women. And to me, it's like, if you don't like to date black women, why do we have to talk about it so
just
much?
Date who you date.
Just talk about who you like to date.
I have never in my life seen a video of a black woman saying, I don't date black men, I only want to date white men.
Never.
Now, if y'all find me the clip, drop it.
Now, it was...
Drop it.
It was a hashtag or like a little trending thing on TikTok where these girls would go out on dates with white men, and I did feel like the underlining, the in parentheses
trying to be in their bag.
I think they're trying to be in their bag, but I feel like that's kind of trying to say that white men gonna treat you better, and that's a lie. Cause I be all out everywhere else, and I be seeing white men talk to their women, they white women crazy white too. Men the ones, they gonna cut your ass up and put you in the deep freezer. White men definitely. Yeah, so don't do that. But the Hispanic ones too, cause they be crazy as hell too. Okay, look, SA trying to take your ass back over there.
Men in general, I'm just
and you ain't coming back.
I'm keeping it a buck.
And he gonna keep you pregnant.
I don't trust nan nigga. When I say nigga, I mean men. I don't trust no men.
And we can say that because we're black. You see how that go?
I'm black.
So yeah. But I just feel like if you don't date black women, talk about the women you date, because it seems to me
just
that
say, I like all women. Like that like it's, I know so many guys who I know they date women like outside their race. That's what they primarily date. But when somebody asks them what type of women they like, they say, I like all women.
It's like when what's that lady named Gayle King, when she interviewed R. Kelly, she said
why did you use Lord, why did you out of all the examples?
But for real, this is good. When she said, are you an older man that like young women? What he said, I'm an older man that like all women. And that man ain't lying, because he abused black women, white women, Hispanic women, old women, young women. Yeah, but I'm using that as an example because he ain't never said out his mouth like I only like rape black girls.
Or
I only do this to old women.
Yeah,
he do to everybody, and so that's what I'm saying. I ain't bagging him. I'm just saying he didn't. If you're gonna say like you like to date outside your race, just say I like all women, but don't get on TV and be like, oh, I don't like to date black girls because they ratchet
or they some night riders and all these. Like
that's totally disrespectful. Totally,
and unnecessary and uncalled for.
Totally.
And I still don't understand how they got half of these subscribers.
I don't either, and I hope they ass get canceled.
I really hope.
I hope the buttons start coming down, and I don't even be wishing bad on folks.
Because for them to have 500,000 subscribers, that means 500,000 people think like that.
But when I was going through the comments, a lot of the people who was commenting was white people or like people from other races.
Avatars that show you, let you know what type of people they are, right?
So it's like, even though they might be thinking in their mind, oh, I'm just saying it because that's my preference. What's wrong? Because they seem like a bunch of niggas that like went to white schools or something. Yeah, you know how sometimes people just don't be aware.
Yeah, they're not tuned in.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they were giving me. Like they not really fully aware. Like you still from Miami. Trick Daddy, Trina, Rick Ross, Miami.
Fuck all that. Look at your skin color, my dude. Like the police gonna call you nigger, just like they gonna call me.
Like you still live in Florida. Trayvon Martin, stand your ground laws. It's a red state. Like I don't know. The ignorance really just begins to me, and then they just get on the show and be like, "Yeah, the girls, all of them agree with them," and then they don't get no attitude with none of them light skinned girls. They get attitude with the dark skinned girl because the whole time that girl who they brought back on there to talk, they talked to her so nasty.
Telling her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they talked to her so nasty.
Listen. We brought you on the show to take accountability. First of all, how you invite somebody back on your show and try to tell them what the fuck they supposed to say? And to her defense, she took accountability. She said, I was wrong for interrupting.
Yeah, she did.
That's accountability. She don't owe you no other apology and nothing else after the fact. Because at the end of the day, you was talking to her mad crazy. So whoever came to her defense was in the right. She said, I was wrong for interrupting. And she even said it after she did it. But you weren't satisfied with that. And that's your problem, not nobody else's.
Good, next. Let's talk about the real world and Tami Roman.
My favorite basketball housewife and whatnot. Okay, so
Tami's so funny.
I don't know if y'all watch. I never watched the Real World, obviously, because when it first came out, I was like barely breathing. I was fresh out.
I didn't watch hers.
Yeah, we was fresh out the coochie.
I didn't.
I was about to say it came out in 1993, 97. I don't know if I was even alive, so I didn't get a chance to.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know Tami was on the Real World.
I did know she was on the Real World only from watching Basketball Wives, and you know how they always pull up a clip or reference or like they'll say, "Oh yeah," or you know, she kind of her first introduction. She was like, "Yeah, I was in a rap group, and I also was on the Real World," and you know, so that's how I kind of knew she was on the Real World. From, you know, but she's the only person I know from the Real World franchise.
Gotcha.
I've never been in tune to the Real World. But I've been watching the Real World Homecoming, and it's basically like the 20-year, I think, reunion or something of their show. So they brought all the cast members back to California and put them in the same house and just kind of let them kind of go through their memories and experiences because their specific season of Real World kind of touched on some very interesting topics that actually have come full circle to what things that we're dealing with currently, like rape and Black Lives Matter and just things of that nature.
I know abortion too because she she had an abortion or something while she was on the show.
Yeah, she had an abortion when she was on the show. So yeah, but I don't know. As of now, y'all probably all seen the 2 clips that have gone viral from the show. The first one being where all of them are having a conversation in the living room, and one of the white men who are on the show is telling the story. And he's like, "Yeah, I was out at a place with my friend, blah blah blah, who was Black, and a guy called him a nigger, and he says the hard ER, and he says the word, and you know." Tami being Tami, and if you know Tami, she about that life and some. She's like, you can't say that. Like
I'm gonna give her some credit though, because she has,
but she's still gonna chug a bit.
Yeah, she did.
With that cigarette in her hand.
The cigarette in her mouth when she came back. The cigarette killed me.
This is exactly how they look.
The cigarette killed me.
Okay.
And she said, "You don't say it either.
You don't say that either.
Because you Latina." I wish they had told them heifers that on that damn podcast.
Look.
I don't give a fuck about you about being mixed. Anyway.
I can't stand that stuff, man. But
girl.
Yeah, so
very much ghetto.
Lets the white guy and the Latina girl know, hey, y'all can't say this word. And there's another Black guy in the room that's a part of the cast named David, but he's, you know, kind of being very quiet about the situation.
So from the little clip I saw, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't watched it. I saw some clips online and on TikTok. They was pretty long. Those 3-minute clips.
Yeah.
He used to be like kind of woke, right?
So David is a comedian. He was very kind of starting to get a little buzz in the 90s. I think he was in one of Dave Chappelle's movies, and he did a couple other little like TV spots and things.
Okay.
And then he did The Real World. And then unfortunately he did experience some allegations while he was on The Real World.
Oh wow.
Where people were calling him a rapist because of an incident where he pulled the covers off of Tami, knowing that she didn't have any clothes or something on, after she had asked him several times to like.
Oh, girl, I didn't know none of this.
Yeah, it like the thing about it was at the very beginning of the show. If you go back and watch the way they kind of spin it, you kind of feel bad for David because they did misuse the word rapist, and they were
Yeah, because if that was the case, he didn't rape her, but he was wrong.
Well, he was, but they also, if you go back and watch the clip, they were all like laughing. So when he was pulling the covers off of her, she was like giggling and laughing, and so was the other young lady. So he took it as like they were joking, but because they were saying stop, but they were laughing. And again, these are people like 21, 18.
So at that time, was Tami like, she never came out to say like, no, he didn't rape me, or?
Well, they knew he didn't rape. They knew he wasn't a rapist, but you know, when you're on a show and that you see those type of like images, and you know, people, all somebody has to do is accuse you. It doesn't have to be a proven thing or anything, and especially, unfortunately, as a person of color, all somebody has to do is point the finger and say, "You a rapist," and it's over. Like, he did. His career took a hit because once the show aired, it came across as if he didn't know what no meant, because
I got you
on the covers and things like that. So fast forward 20 years later, he's still holding on to all that animosity as an old ass 45-year-old man, and he decides to then take it out on Tami, I guess, because they asked him his opinion on the Black Lives Matter, because you know Tami has been the whole one speaking and telling them they can't say the N-word and all of that. And they say, you've been quiet. You're the other black guy in the room. How do you feel?
You the other resident nigga.
And he's like, y'all worried about black and white, and you need to be worried about the corporations, because the corporations are the real enemy, and they the ones who messing up everything, and they the ones with the power, and they the ones with the money. And this is when I look and I be like, you are quite the dumbass, because a real motherfucker knows that the corporations are the white man, dummy.
Yeah.
The white man owns the corporations. So it is black and white, because if the white man owns everything and he's the one in control and has all the power, then he is the one that we need to be dealing with and talking to. I'm sorry. I like Tami now. Because you let
so this is the thing. I feel like that's two different subjects. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like, I feel like what they talking about, the white guy saying the N-word and all that stuff, that ain't got nothing to do with no damn corporation.
Basically, the whole thing was everybody in the room was looking at him like that ain't what we asked.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why right now I'm drawing a blank. Okay, Amanda Seals.
That did kind of sound like an Amanda Seals
thing. But you be watching it too much.
That's my sister's spirit. Okay, if you ever come across this Amanda,
I love you.
Okay,
but yeah, that's two different things. So like, yeah, we do need to be worried about that, corporations and stuff. Like, it's only so much we can really do to be worried about that, like as just regular human beings. And stuff like that. Some stuff that go on in our country, because it's so far gone, it just is. So it's more of something like we're gonna have to create our own things to combat those kinds of.
Take down Walmart.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we could, but it's gonna take a hell of a lot of us.
Well, it'll be virtually impossible, because then you have to start thinking about rural ass places where the only grocery store they have is
a Walmart. Yeah. So. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That whole conversation is separate from like the Black Lives Matter movement. I guess in essence, what he's trying to say is black people should stop being so worried about racism and worry about us gaining capital. To a certain degree, I agree with that, but it's so hard for us to not focus on that when it's ongoing. It'd be cool to say, we should not be worried about it if people weren't always being killed by the police, or always having racial situations happening, or black people being subjugated and put in prison, and disproportionately just not winning, and because of what corporations, I guess, or the powers that be do. So it's easy to say we should be worried about something, but our focus is on one thing because it's happening.
Yeah. And then he didn't acknowledge the original question. He just started talking about corporations. And to me, I would have been okay if he would have said, my heart goes out, to the families who have lost their kids, the brothers and sisters, and all of that. And as a black man, I hate to see my brothers and sisters get murdered.
Yeah.
But for me, my issue is with the corporations. I would have received his statement totally different.
Yeah, if he had
didn't
said that.
acknowledge nothing that they had been discussing in the conversation the whole time. Now, fast forward, the next day comes, and Tami comes, and she's like, she's trying to be vulnerable, which is a thing that Tami has kind of been struggling with the whole season. And she tells him,
I'm just laughing because it's her. Go ahead.
no, but really she has. And
I
she
know.
says that. And she say that she's like,
That
I don't
bitch
like
be-
she's like, I
She,
don't like
it's really
motherfuckers.
hard for her to be nice. And I get it. I get that.
Cause it's hard to be nice to a lot.
No, I like that because
It really
she a very genuine person. However
She
she
got a
feels.
good heart though.
But no, like when I say that, I mean however she feels is how she feels. So if she don't like you, then she don't like you.
And that's on period.
Yeah.
But yeah, she comes to him and she's like, yeah, I kind of felt alone when we was having a conversation. My brother, like, you didn't say nothing. You didn't acknowledge what I was saying.
And you can't go to everybody on my brother.
And
everybody ain't your brother.
Was basically saying like, he don't have, basically just brushing it off. He don't have time for it. And then he basically had like ended the conversation by like, I don't care about that Black Lives Matter. I just want to tell my jokes and make my money. And then Tami replied and said, okay, with that slave mentality. Okay, slave. And I guess brother
man. I see you, man.
Brother man didn't like
outfit.
that. He got offended and then started calling Tami all type of bitches and bald-headed hoes.
See, his problem with Tami happened in 1990. Whenever
that's why I said he been holding on to this shit for 20-something years, and it's so obvious.
It's clear he been holding on to it. He probably blamed her for the situation, and that's why I asked, did she not like say anything like?
But she didn't have to because she never called him a rapist. It was like the other girls. It was like one of those situations where that everybody was playing. Things escalated, and then unfortunately, the white woman in the room was like, "You need to stop before I call the police and tell them you're a rapist." And it's like, again, unfortunately, when you're Black, that's all they have to say. It don't have to be you raped somebody. Actually, it don't have to be you got in bed with somebody or that you whatever. It's all somebody got to do is say that one thing. So that's
I get it. But see, I think with him, he wouldn't have agreed with her anyway. She could have been like, "Dang, the sun going down." He'd be like, "No, it ain't." Like he just don't like her, and he's still holding a grudge because of what happened. Like, and he probably feel like she's the reason why his career didn't happen.
And
meanwhile,
her career popping. She rides.
So I'm sure that
what she say on Insecure. What she say in that
growth?
Not the growth, but the other on the final season. What she say when Lawrence had asked her how Issa was doing it, or how everybody was doing it. She said, "Oh, all my friends are living in abundance."
I like that.
Or something like that. Y'all know what I'm saying.
And I need that.
Yeah, Tami living in abundance.
Yeah. So I'm sure he probably feel like, damn. Because I'm be honest, I don't know nobody else on the show but her.
She's the only one who's famous or like known.
So like, I'm sure he probably has a lot of resentment towards her, but he ain't had to release on her in that kind of way. See, this the thing, the difference and the connection between him and the other niggas from that other podcast. You just don't talk to women like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't disrespect women like that.
Women, y'all don't,
you know what I'm saying?
Like women.
Even I feel like
what's that TikTok? He don't like women.
I don't think they do.
Cause they like boys. Digging the booty.
That nigga gay.
Oh my gosh.
Nigga gay. No, I feel like you just don't disrespect people like that. Like, and even women, I don't want to say that, and then people be like, "Oh, well, we got to hold women accountable because women are disrespectful." Yeah, sometimes women get disrespectful, but I feel like as a man, of course, you're the stronger one in the situation or whatever. You don't have to talk to women like that.
Yeah,
you don't. Like if Tami called you says you had a slave mentality, you could said whatever and went on, but you don't have to threaten to take her wig off, or you don't have to threaten to put your hands on her and all that. You don't have to do that.
That's why she called her motherfucking husband your ass ran when he pulled up on that scooter, and that's how you know man was about his business, because he a 6-something nigga and he pulled up to beat a nigga ass on a scooter. Shout out to Reggie.
I like it.
Hand clap for Reggie, because that's a real Black man right there. She said, "Babe, this nigga tripping." He said, "All right, I'm on my way."
Say less.
She need to get to finish the
Say
story.
less. So yeah, I don't know what to say about him, child.
It just further proves my point that all kinfolk ain't kinfolk. Like,
and we ought to
said,
know
he
that by
said-
now.
he said that.
Sometimes, and I'm getting to the point. I don't know if it's just from getting older, but you can't expect things. You can't expect everything you would do or like you think it's right out of everybody else. Because
Exactly.
everybody else don't subscribe to the same like morals and values you might live your life by. Everybody ain't got no mama and daddy at home or whoever the fuck teaching them right from wrong.
Exactly.
So just because even what I just said about men, like there are men who have not been raised properly.
We about to talk
And
about
so
that too.
they think that it's okay to do stuff like that to women. And then the women in their life might enable them to think that's okay because they mama baby them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Or they
it's
talk to
just
their mama like
people
that.
out there that don't subscribe to your same morals and values. So I'm never really shocked when I see stuff like this because everybody was raised right. And it just is what it is.
It bothers me that the people who be, because he was at the beginning of the show basically crying all the time, like, y'all dehumanize me and y'all called me a rapist and it ruined my career.
Oh, baby, he should have went on E! Young.
And everybody really felt bad for him. They were like, we can see how we overreacted and how we might have, they really tried to.
Girl, them white folks ain't sorry.
But what I'm saying is, the group tried to support him when he was being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it's time for him to do the same thing
for her,
you can't do that.
But he wasn't gonna do it for her because that's his problem is with her.
But he ain't gonna do it for nobody.
You see what I'm saying?
Nigga crazy.
Like in his mind, she the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whoever else. It probably didn't even just have to be her. But
no, it's the whole. I think he has an issue, and again, I think he had an issue with that whole cast, and he came back with a vendetta with everyone, and he was gonna make everyone pay for him being a washed up 40-something-year-old ex-comedian, and it ain't nobody's fault but yours. I'm sorry.
I mean,
maybe you weren't funny. Just saying.
You better.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh my god. Okay, so
next little topic.
Yeah, tell us about this. Because Abani has a story to tell.
So y'all know,
story
I
time.
Don't bring my drama to the show.
Oh my god,
lies,
big lies.
But a couple of months ago, I had a young man, who had been pursuing me actually for quite some time.
Not a young man.
Well, I thought he was a young man. Had been pursuing me for a long time. Sliding in the DMs, asking to take me out, asking to do things for me, asking to, whatever. So I finally gave in because I try to be nice and I try to be open-minded, and I do believe that, I don't know who God's sending to be my husband. So I try, if you are, somewhat on what I feel is at my level, I'll, entertain the conversation, entertain the hangout session, whatever. So, in the midst of me and this young man, conversing and hanging out and whatever, he offers to pay for my nails. And, I don't really, for me, I don't believe nothing a nigga say no way, but, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. Okay. So he asked me what the price is. And y'all know, if you get your nails done, and my nails not done right now, but y'all know me, I'm a nail person. I'm not no little French tip girl. That ain't what I do. I like designs, colors, whatever. So my nails cost $100+, including the tax. And
that's normal.
And that's on the cheap end. If we keeping it a buck, because I just saw somebody the other day, they said they paid $300 for their nails. And I said, do it do my taxes? Like, do it wash my back? Or something like $300.
A lot of girls do that though. Like when you see these girls and they got all the designs and the diamonds and like the dip and all this, you have to pay for that shit. Somebody got to sit there and put that shit on.
I mean, that's great. So shout out to them women who getting $300 to do nails.
Right.
But I don't pay that.
You got applications?
So I told the young man this, and he proceeded to tell me, I don't have a problem paying for your nails. I'm not paying for the tip. And to me, that's broke nigga behavior. I'm just gonna call it what I see it, because how you gonna offer to pay for some shit but not pay for some shit? That don't make no sense. Like, if I take you to dinner, I'm including the tip in that. I'm not gonna look at you and be like, I got the meal, but you have to pay for the tip, right? Like, no, I'm including everything in the experience, because when you offer to do something for somebody, you paying for the experience.
That's a part of it.
So he didn't want to do that. So I kicked his ass to the curb. Fast forward a month later, I see on Instagram a whole post. Hey y'all. So is it wrong for a
Not a
man
discussion topic.
not to pay the tip when he pay for a woman nails? And y'all dumb bitches in the comments talking about something. He don't gotta pay the tip. It's nice that he just paying for the nails. Well, you let him do that shit for you. If you gonna offer to pay for some shit for me, you pay for the shit. Don't broke nigga that shit, because if I went and paid for your haircut, I'm gonna give you the full whatever amount so you can tip the barber. Do y'all not tip y'all barbers? Like, he was almost acting as if offended that I even wanted to tip my nail person. Like, do y'all not know how hard Alex work on my nails when she do them? Do you not know? Like,
That's crazy
I
to
just don't
me.
understand that. To me, that's that broke nigga shit. Like, and
That's
then niggas
crazy.
get mad when we call y'all broke, but then y'all do shit like that. What am I supposed to expect if you say you don't want to pay a tip?
Yeah, I don't even.
Like, make that make sense to me.
I don't even.
Somebody make that make sense to me. And
know what to say.
Again, my issue is you waited all this time and then you came on the internet trying to. And if you want to talk about me, at me, and then we can have a real discussion first. We can canvas.
Now that's
shit.
fact.
Like we can respond to this shit. I don't like no sneak this in and no all of that. And you want to because you knew I was gonna see it. And then you still sliding in my DMs trying to send me hard eyes, nigga. Don't talk to me. We not cool. I don't fuck with you because you a broke nigga, and it's obvious because you didn't want to pay a tip. You to me, that's just like that's weird. That's weird nigga behavior. You niggas are weird. Like that's just that just grinds my gears. Okay, it grinds my gears.
I ain't never had nobody. Or I don't know. Maybe he could have just said, "I'm gonna give you some money."
Oh.
Like. Sorry. Maybe he could have just said, "I'm gonna give you some money to pay for your nails." Why he had to ask, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did he specifically? And I'm not lying about this, y'all. Like, he said,
it sounds like he done paid for some nails before. Cause, like, if I was asking my boyfriend, "Hey, can you give me some money so so I can get my nails done?" He ain't finna be like, "Oh, how much is it plus the tip?" He gonna just say how much you need.
Well, he asked me how much my nails were, but I told him, I was like, it's 100. And I was like, it's about, whatever, including the tip. That's what I responded.
Okay, I got you.
And then he responded with, I ain't paying no tip. And to me, again, I said,
that's weird. Yeah, because when you pay for the whole thing, because just like how we were talking before we came on here, that's like you saying, "Oh, I'm gonna buy you a bag, but can you pay the tax?"
Like, just pay for all. Why
are you even doing
it? It's a $15 difference. A $10 difference. You mean that's weird. To me, that's very
is weird.
It's weird. And when you do shit like that.
How old is he?
Like our age. 29 maybe.
That $15 probably busting the bank for him.
But don't offer to do shit you can't do.
Don't do it then.
You don't need to be messing with a bit like me then. You ain't gonna get somebody,
I
don't know. But nah. Okay.
Why even? Maybe he was just like.
I don't understand.
I don't think men know. I don't think men understand how much a lot of that stuff be costing.
Know what type of caliber woman you dealing with? Because that should be blowing me. Like y'all come.
He probably just ain't had,
And y'all talk to me, and then y'all get mad when I start making requests of the shit that I can afford for myself. Like, I ain't asking you to give me nothing I don't give myself. That's one thing I don't do. I'm not that type of girl.
I feel like that's true.
I don't ask no man for nothing I don't do for myself. So if I ask you to get my hair done, that's because I can pay my $60 to get a nice little silk press, blowout, whatever.
I feel that.
If I ask you to pay for my nails or you offer to pay for my nails, it's because I didn't drop.
Like even like the nail girl, like I took the nail girl. I mean the hair girl. You get your hair done. Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. If you paying for it, you can pay for the whole thing. I feel like the tip included.
I just ain't never heard no shit like that. Like
I never said nobody. I've never heard nobody say I'll pay for it, but I won't include the tip. I ain't never heard nobody say that.
They just don't.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
That's
so
weird.
yeah, you guys.
And I think I don't know why women get online. Maybe they actually think that. So who knows? But I don't know why women get online and like agree with everything that men say.
Because
I don't know. I will just be happy. I'll just be happy if he paid for the nails at all. Like, I don't think a lot of women used to like men doing things to take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
But I know right from wrong. I know what some shit don't sound right.
Because I would have just said, you know what, you don't have to do that.
That's exactly what
You know
I
what I'm
said.
saying?
I was like,
You
don't
don't have to
worry
do that.
about it. And he was like, you really acting like that because I don't want to pay a tip. I'm like, yes, because that lets me know what type of caliber person you are.
No, but it ain't even, I don't even have to explain all that. Just don't worry about it.
I explain it because I want them to know.
Like,
so don't come around these parts again because you ain't welcome.
Don't worry about it.
Because we lay down the law.
We ain't baby do nothing here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we ain't baby do nothing with that.
You don't want to pay the tip. That's like weird as fuck.
That's very weird.
And then I have a problem with people who don't tip folks like that in general because that
shit and a lot of times too, like when I know my nails look good, I'm gonna give her a tip.
I'm tipping every time. Now the amount of tip may change.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But yeah, I'm tipping every time just because like you're doing me a service. Like you're literally doing me a service. And it ain't no little ass service. I'm sitting here 2 hours to get my nails done. So
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, this whole episode basically was about weird ass niggas, okay? And us reading them their rights. Cause y'all, I don't know, I want to start this year off right. So we letting y'all know not to act like this. So that y'all can go ahead and regroup, get y'all shit together, get back, go back to the drawing board.
I guess that's what we binding up.
Yeah.
For this episode, we're binding up with weird ass niggas.
Weird ass. Stop being a weird ass nigga. If you offer to do something for a young lady, just do the shit.
Just do it.
Be a man of your word and follow through. That is real simple. Like, that's what I'm so tired of. We constantly had these conversations and podcasts, and they're like, what do women want? What do women want? What do a nigga gotta do to be with a bad bitch? Act right, my nigga. It's real simple. Like, respond when we text. Pick up the phone when we call. Take us out to dinner every now and then. Come over and don't just try to fuck. Maybe cuddle and watch the movie with you. You ain't gotta just get the ass. I offer more than that. Like, it's just like, act right. It be real simple. Like, I can't tell you how many podcasts I watched that had the same bullshit conversations. And it's like, how do we get
I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired of that conversation. Can we talk about that? I'm tired of that conversation. I'm tired of the I don't date black girls conversation. I'm tired of the, like, what do we need to do to get women? I'm tired of that conversation. I'm tired of the who plate do you fix first conversation. I'm tired of who come first, they mama, or I'm tired of that conversation. Like, I'm tired of men even being mad at women for having a preference on dating men with or without money. Like, I be saying this on here all the time. Rewind the tapes, okay? But like, everything don't work for everybody. So if it did, it would be you could just walk outside and find the love of your life because everything working for everybody, right? So you just find your person. It ain't even no shade. It ain't even like whatever. Just don't do that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You can't read all women or all men. Like, you can't paint everybody one broad stroke.
Exactly.
Like, everybody's not the same.
And date what's for you. I think that's really like.
I do think that's
like,
key.
It's a lot of people
I do think that's key.
Who chasing and going after stuff that might not be for you, and it's okay. Like, all niggas ain't supposed to have a BBL Instagram baddies. I know,
but a lot of them can't even afford
y'all be
girls.
wanting. That's what y'all be wanting, and
y'all can't afford them.
Y'all ain't, and they ain't looking at you.
No,
they don't want you.
I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
They don't want you. Like, they don't want you.
No,
like,
no, they don't want that.
Just, and all women ain't BBL IG bad. All us don't want BBLs. All us ain't. That ain't the aspiration in life. Like, it's women are different. Men are different. Like, find whatever work for you. You know
what else I'm tired of? I'm tired of the, like, can you cook? What can women do? What do you bring to this relationship?
Cause I ain't had a nigga change.
Baby, I'm so tired of that.
Okay, when y'all start bringing y'all shit to the table, I'll bring mine.
Do this again.
When y'all start bringing y'all shit to the table, then I'll bring mine. Okay, I do the cooking and the cleaning when you change the oil.
Baby.
Okay, like, y'all stay wanting somebody to be y'all damn mama, but y'all don't even act like somebody damn daddy.
And that's a word. Because, baby, my daddy was changing oil, washing cars, putting
up
molding,
y'all do
painting
act like
the
my
house.
Daddy ain't worth the damn. But, act like Jessica daddy. Goddamn.
Oh my god.
Because I'm tired. We tired. We
Like
over
I
it.
hate this.
We over the
Oh my
conversations.
God. I be
Like
so tired of
I'm
it.
over the plight of the black woman and the plight of the black man and the plight of
I'm
black
just
people.
tired of it being like a struggle. Now that's one thing that the damn nigga could have said on the Real World. Can't we all just get along?
Like something, anything other than the corporation.
I'm so tired of that. Like I just want
talking
I just want us to get it together when it comes to that.
I
Like
want more for us as a whole.
I really do. And honestly, a lot of times when you just start working on yourself, minding your own business and like I feel like all those things will come because then you'll turn into the person that you want to date. You know, you'll attract the person that you want to date. So, like for women who might say that I want to date a man who's like this, sometimes it takes you leveling up and getting in rooms with men like that for you to meet that man like that.
Indeed.
Or for guys who say I want to date a girl who looks like this, maybe you need to start getting in rooms where you can meet women of the caliber that you want to date. But
yeah,
I feel like it's a within thing, like because you might actually meet that person who you think is for you, and they probably don't want you because you ain't did the work.
Yeah, and again, just act right, like
make that your New Year's resolution,
like, and then we can wrap it up. I just feel like when it comes to this dating stuff or whatever, like just do what the fuck feels right instead of like trying to be sneaky and trying to lie. And this is on both sides, male, female, male and male, female and female, whatever, however you get down, however you party, whatever. Be honest, say what you want, and be intentional about what you want.
Yeah.
And just like just be real. Like if you just out here trying to catch bodies and fuck around, then let them people know that. You know?
Be upfront.
If you married and you want a side chick and you just want to fuck around, let people know that.
Be upfront.
If you trying to date for marriage and you looking for your wife or your husband, tell somebody that.
Communicate.
Like, stop playing games. Stop trying to be sneaky. Like, I think that's who came out and said that? Joey Badass. I think that was on the show.
Oh yeah, she did.
And he was talking to Tristan. You know, talk about that. Okay. But he was saying, like, nigga, if you want to be polyamorous, just say that shit. Like, y'all be so ashamed and wanna be in the closet about shit and be on the low. And I ain't talking about just like gay people. I'm talking about in general, about the stuff you want. Like, just be real. It's somebody out there that like that same shit, but you too worried about what other motherfuckers gonna say.
And you'll be surprised. I feel like what people will put up with, because she already putting up with him cheating out loud in front of the world. She ain't left yet. So probably if you just told her, you know, whatever, she can go get her nigga. I really hope
a lot of y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time that I actually felt bad for her. Because this is the first time I actually felt bad for her, because like she innocent in this.
I only felt bad for her because of that weak ass apology he came out with.
That weak ass apology.
Y'all niggas be cheating in private, then keep that private apology. Don't come out here on this internet and I hate that shit so much.
Your facial expressions.
Because that to me is more embarrassing than the cheating at hand. Not only did you cheat at me, but now you're gonna get on the interwebs and do this long.
I mean, he done already cheated on her in front of the whole world.
Exactly. So keep the fucking apology, because this like your fifth time doing this. This your fourth, fifth kid.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt bad for her for this one because I don't know. It just was sad. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, Jordan an apology, because
definitely
treated none of these other side chick baby mamas like she treated Jordan, and Jordan didn't even sleep with that nigga.
And that's true. And I guess she felt like that was personal. That's a whole nother topic. I ain't got time. But this is the first time I feel bad. Put that on the record, because I don't be feeling bad for them hoes.
I ain't feel that bad. I felt like this bad.
I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Nails,
I was like, dang, that's fucked up.
Like that bad. Y'all, I know y'all. If y'all
that's fucked up.
That's how bad I felt. But
anyways, guys,
she been with the nigga. So I saw somebody say she like that nigga, she want that nigga, and she gonna be with that nigga, and that's
what it look like.
That's
what it look like. At this point, it look like she just we rocking with it.
What is it for lifers? For lifers. Ain't that what the kids do?
I don't know.
But appreciate y'all tuning in for this episode with us. We are so excited to be into this new year. We have some amazing things coming, as y'all know. We have set up.
Why are you singing?
Other thing, I don't know.
Amazing things coming.
Because I'm excited. I'm excited about what this year has to come for just our podcasting and our business and our brand. So that's what
mark our words.
I'm telling y'all.
By the end of this year, things will be different.
Totally. I don't know what that means, but it's
gonna be different.
It's gonna be different, totally. So make sure y'all follow us on all our social media. Y'all can follow me at The Real. I was gonna say my old Instagram name. At The Real. Look, at The Real Abani Ayana on Instagram, and then I'm just _ Abani Ayana _ on Twitter. And then
okay, you can follow me on Instagram at Jessie JESSI _ Monique, and it's the same on Twitter, just has 2 E's on the Monique. And then you can also follow our Instagram and Twitter page at _BBPC.
and
make
TikTok.
sure. Oh, and our TikTok.
Yes,
We just made a TikTok. So make sure you follow us on there at _BBPC also. And make sure you subscribe, like this, share this with someone, leave us comments down below, engage with us. We love to hear from you. We give us some ideas of things we can talk about. Because of course we love to talk and ramble on.
If you want us to feature your brand on the show, like even if you're a small business, up and coming business, and you want us to just, talk about your products or something on the show, again, reach out to us.
Yeah, you can send us a DM
or to the DM, either one. And we'll, get in touch with y'all. But we appreciate y'all so much. We love y'all. Y'all stay safe out here. Like I mean,
that's right. Wear your mask.
Wear your mask. Like wash your fucking hands. Like stay at home if you can. Like I know y'all, we don't want to be at home, but like y'all, it's just things are crazy right now. So just be safe and be smart, but have fun, and we will see y'all on the next one.
And stay away from weird niggas.
Yeah.
Love ya.
Then 3 days later, you in front of his mom's house crying. He asking you why you being weird. Why you being weird to me? You said you wanted to get married. When I say that, when you had the late